Taylor Swift is one of the most successful artists of all time, adored by millions for her heartfelt songwriting and record-breaking albums. However, behind the fame and fortune, her journey has been filled with struggles, heartbreak, and pain. From childhood bullying to betrayal and public humiliation, Swift's life has been marked by both triumph and tragedy. Born in 1989, Taylor had big dreams of becoming a singer-songwriter, but before she became a household name, she was just a young girl navigating the cruelty of her school years. She was bullied, isolated, and often made to feel like an outsider. She once recalled a painful memory of inviting classmates to the mall, only to discover them all hanging out together without her. These experiences left a deep mark on her, shaping the emotions she would later pour into her music. As she rose to fame, her battles did not end. One of the most devastating moments of her career came when she lost ownership of her own music. After years of working with Big Machine label group, Swift asked to buy her master recordings, only to be told she could earn them back one by one, an offer she refused. Then, in 2019, her worst fears came true when her music was sold to Scooter Braun, a man she accused of years of bullying. Feeling powerless, she took matters into her own hands, re-recording her albums to regain control of her work. Even with her resilience, the betrayal cut deep, reminding her that even in success, she could still lose everything. Fame also brought intense scrutiny to her personal life. The media relentlessly dissected her relationships, twisting them into cruel jokes. Throughout the 2010s, tabloids mocked her for dating multiple people, branding her with humiliating labels. The judgment became so overwhelming that she withdrew from public life for a time, choosing solitude over the pain of constant ridicule. Later, she reflected on this time, realizing how unjustly she had been treated. In her album 1989, Taylor's version, she acknowledged the shame she was forced to endure for simply having a normal dating life. But her personal struggles ran deeper than just public criticism. In her documentary, Miss Americana, Taylor bravely opened up about her battle with an eating disorder. The constant scrutiny over her appearance led her to dangerously restrict her food intake, convincing herself that feeling faint on stage was normal. Over time, she learned to heal, recognizing the toxic patterns that had shaped her relationship with her body. Yet, the scars of that period linger, a reminder of how even success could not shield her from the harsh realities of the industry. Beyond the pressures of fame, Swift has endured heartbreaking personal loss. Her mother, Andrea Swift, was diagnosed with cancer, a devastating blow for someone who had always been Taylor's guiding force. Just when they thought they had faced the worst, doctors discovered a brain tumor. Watching her mother suffer was one of the hardest moments of her life. The pain of that experience inspired her emotional song, Soon You'll Get Better, a heartbreaking tribute to her mother's fight for survival. Public humiliation is another wound that has followed Taylor throughout her career. At the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, a 19-year-old Swift took the stage to accept an award, only to have Kanye West interrupt her moment, declaring that Beyoncé deserved it instead. The crowd's boos echoed in her ears, and in that moment, she believed they were directed at her. What should have been a joyous moment turned into a nightmare, leaving her humiliated before millions. But the feud did not end there. Years later, in 2016, West released a song with controversial lyrics about Swift, claiming she had approved them. His wife at the time, Kim Kardashian, released an edited phone call, making Swift look like a liar. The backlash was swift and brutal. People turned against her, calling her a snake, and she disappeared from the public eye for nearly a year. It was a time of deep despair, where she felt abandoned and misunderstood. Years later, when the unedited call was leaked, proving she had told the truth all along, the damage had already been done. Taylor Swift has also faced dangers that go beyond the emotional toll of fame. She has endured relentless stalking, with multiple individuals attempting to break into her home. Some have sent disturbing letters, while others have even managed to get inside her apartment. The fear has been so overwhelming that she now carries military-grade bandages, preparing for the worst. Living in constant fear is a horrifying reality, one that fame has forced upon her. Perhaps one of the most horrifying experiences in her life was when she was sexually assaulted by a radio host, David Mueller. During a meet and greet in 2013, he groped her, an experience that left her shaken. When she reported it, he was fired, but instead of taking responsibility, he sued her for defamation. Rather than staying silent, Swift fought back, countersuing him for just $1, a symbolic victory for victims everywhere. Her courage in standing up to her attacker sent a powerful message, but the experience left emotional scars that could never be erased. Despite all the pain, betrayals, and struggles, Taylor Swift has never let the tragedies define her. She has turned her suffering into art, using music as her voice when the world tried to silence her. Each song, each album, is a testament to her strength and resilience. She has lived through heartbreak in the public eye, been torn down, and yet she has always found a way to rise again. Taylor Swift's story is one of immense success, but also deep sorrow. Her journey proves that even those who seem to have everything can still face unimaginable hardships. Through it all, she continues to write, sing, and inspire, turning her pain into poetry, and reminding the world that even in the darkest moments, there is always a way forward.